Hello, and welcome back to the English Circle, the podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Alex. Today, we're talking about a fear that almost never gets spoken aloud, but lives inside so many of us. The fear of sounding stupid. You know the feeling. You're in a meeting or a conversation, and you have something smart to say. But when you open your mouth, the words come out wrong. The grammar is messy, you pause in the wrong places, and suddenly you feel like everyone is thinking, maybe they're not that smart.
It's the gap between what you know and what you can perform under pressure. In your head, you're intelligent, thoughtful, capable. But when the spotlight is on, your English doesn't show the real you. And that gap is painful.
Yes. I've had so many moments where I wanted to contribute a brilliant idea, but I stayed silent because I was afraid my broken English would make me look foolish. Later, someone else said the same thing and got praised. I was furious at myself, not at them.
Today, we're going to separate intelligence from fluency. You'll learn why performing under pressure is different from knowing, and how to bridge that gap so your true abilities shine through. No more staying silent. No more feeling less smart than you are.
Because your ideas matter, even if your grammar isn't perfect. Let's stop letting fear steal our voice.
Alex, let's start with the myth that hurts so many learners. The belief that fluent English equals intelligence.
But isn't that what people think?
Some people do, unconsciously. But that doesn't make it true. Think about it. Some of the smartest people in history spoke with heavy accents, made grammar mistakes, or learned English late. Intelligence is about ideas, problem solving, creativity, not verb tenses.
So the problem isn't my intelligence. It's the pressure of performing.
Exactly. And today we're giving you tools to perform closer to your true level. To understand the gap and close it, we use two different frameworks. Know what you have inside, and show what you need to perform under pressure.
Two frameworks. Tell me.
What you know, your internal intelligence. K, knowledge of the topic. N, nuanced thinking. O, original ideas. W, wisdom and experience. What you need to show, performance under pressure. S, slow down, pace control. H, have go-to phrases, recovery tools. O, observe and adapt, read the room. W, warm up, prep before speaking.
So my intelligence is there. I just need better performance tools?
Let's get into the science. When you're under pressure, a meeting, a presentation, an important conversation, your brain releases stress hormones. These hormones can shut down the language centers of your brain.
So it's not that I forgot the word. My brain literally stopped accessing it?
Yes, that's why you can know a word perfectly, study it for hours, and then in the moment, nothing. It's a performance issue, not a knowledge issue.
That makes me feel so much better. It's not that I'm stupid. It's that my brain is in survival mode.
The single most effective way to perform better under pressure? Slow down.
But when I'm nervous, I speed up.
Exactly. Nerves make us rush. Rushing makes us stumble. Stumbling makes us feel stupid. It's a vicious cycle. Practice slowing down. Take a breath before you speak. Speak at 70% of your normal speed. Pause between sentences. Use filler phrases to buy time. That's a great question. Let me think for a second.
Slower sounds more confident, too.
When you feel the freeze coming, have prepared phrases to buy time and recover.
Like a safety net?
Yes. Memorize these. When you need time to think, let me gather my thoughts for a moment. That's an interesting point. Let me reflect. I want to make sure I say this right. Give me a second. When you lose a word, the word is escaping me. It's like a Describe it. What's the term for, you know, the thing that, when you make a mistake? Let me rephrase that. What I meant to say was,
Having these memorized stops the panic spiral.
performance isn't just about you, it's about the listener. Learn to read their reactions and adapt.
What do I look for?
Confused look? Slow down. Rephrase. Nodding? You're clear. Continue. Looking away? You lost them. Ask a question. Trying to speak? You're talking too long. Pause. Adjustment phrases. Am I explaining this clearly? Does that make sense? I'm happy to clarify if anything was unclear.
Reading the room gives me feedback in real time.
Performers warm up before a show. You can too. How? Before a meeting. Review key vocabulary and phrases you might need. Practice saying your main points out loud. Before a presentation, record yourself. Listen for clarity, not perfection. Before a difficult conversation, write down 3 to 5 key phrases you want to use. Warm-up phrases to say aloud. My main point is, what I'm trying to say is, to summarize, preparation reduces pressure. I need to do this more. Alex, let's do a powerful reframe. Imagine you meet someone who speaks your native language with difficulty. Do you think they're stupid?
No, I think they're brave. I think they know things I don't. I think they have a whole life and ideas in another language.
Exactly. So why do we assume others judge us differently?
Because we're harder on ourselves.
Yes. So here's your new mantra. My English is not my intelligence. My ideas are. Let's practice. You're in a meeting. Someone asks your opinion. Your mind goes blank.
Using our tools. That's a really good question. Let me take a moment to gather my thoughts. So, my initial reaction is that we need to focus on customer feedback first. I'm thinking we could... Perfect! You bought time, stayed calm, and delivered a clear idea.
Now, you forget an important word mid-sentence.
So the main challenge is what's the word? It's like the plan for spending money.
Budget?
Yes, budget. Thank you. So the main challenge is the budget. We need to...
You described the word instead of panicking? That's a win. You say he go instead of he goes. You notice immediately.
He go to the meeting... Sorry, let me rephrase. He goes to the meeting every Tuesday.
No problem. I understood. Quick correction, then move on.
No shame spiral.
Here's a powerful exercise. Write down what you know that has nothing to do with English.
Like my expertise?
Yes. Your professional knowledge, your life experience, your unique perspective. Example. I understand complex financial models. I've raised 2 children who are doing well. I can fix almost anything in my house. I've traveled to 15 countries and learned from each trip. Read this list before any high-pressure speaking situation. It reminds you, you are smart. English is just the container.
I'm doing this tonight.
Let's look at common reactions that make it worse. Mistake 1, staying silent. Not speaking at all because you're afraid. Speak imperfectly. Your idea still has value. Mistake 2, apologizing for your English. Sorry, my English is bad. Just speak. Don't pre-apologize. Mistake 3, comparing yourself to native speakers. They sound so natural. I sound like a child. Compare yourself to yesterday, not to them. Mistake 4, replaying the mistake on loop. I can't believe I said that. Everyone heard it. Learn what you can and move on.
The apology for English is so tempting, but it only draws attention to the insecurity.
Let's recap the K.N.O.W. versus S.H.O.W. frameworks. What you know your intelligence. K, knowledge of the topic. N, nuanced thinking. O, original ideas. W, wisdom and experience. What you need to show, performance under pressure. S, slow down. H, have go-to phrases. O, observe and adapt. W, warm up beforehand.
And your performance challenge is this. This week, before a high-pressure speaking situation, use at least one S.H.O.W. tool. Slow down, use a go-to phrase, observe the room, warm up. Then, after you speak, notice. Did you sound as stupid as you feared? Probably not. Celebrate the win.
Alex, what's one show tool you're going to use this week? Slowing down. I always rush when I'm nervous. This week, I'm going to take a breath before every answer.
Yes. Listeners, now it's your turn. In the comments, share a time you felt stupid speaking English and what you learned from it. Let's normalize the struggle and celebrate that we keep trying.
If this episode helps you trust your intelligence, share it with a friend who's been silent too long.
Subscribe to the English Circle for more episodes that remind you you are smart. Your English is just catching up. Remember, a perfect sentence from a silent mouth helps no one. An imperfect sentence from a brave mouth can change everything. Speak with courage, and we'll see you next time.